All right, PapaTale coming to you. And again, we are looking at some updates. Had a great holiday season. The Christmas tree is gone. Had a really good New Year's party. Got the gang all together. Played a lot of Minecraft actually. The new game that I did, and I'll talk about it eventually. Capture the Flag was really a lot of fun. Flying Mesa, we did that one, and again, Flying Mesa. It kind of was sloggy with the whole Tigger boots. So I changed Flying Mesa, and that's really what we're going to talk about today. Eventually, we will talk about the armory. I haven't made a video for a while, but I have been playing a lot of Minecraft. We'll talk about the armory and barbarian armor and paladin armor and, rogue, all the different armors we have here. Medic, wizard gear, just fun things going on that direction. But mostly, I want to talk about Flying Mesa. We had a big change in the advent of firework rockets coming together with elytra. If you're flying elytra and you right click that firework rocket, it will shoot you. Just give you a boost, and if you're pointing up, boom, it'll shoot you straight up. If you're pointing some direction, it'll shoot you straight sideways. Whatever that is, just some real fun things and changes going on there. So we have these glowstones everywhere, and these are in a lot of ways designed to give you some practice. They will shoot you up 30 blocks, tap the elytra, just kind of like a Tigger boot, and you will fly. So glowstone, they're all over the place. 30 blocks up, then tap space to fly with elytra. Select rockets and right click while flying for rocket boost. So if I were to select the rockets right here and right click, it would shoot me up if I were flying the elytra, and we'll get to that. Red versus blue, that still is all the same. The gear is pretty much the same, except for the advent of the firework rockets. You still have dogfight, you still have the funky trench club. Red versus blue has not changed. Something else I shifted is stay within a glowstone boundary. I've set up 150 block radius. You can see off in the distance there that line of glowstones, because with the rockets you have a lot more power in flying. And I do want this, the bow is called dogfight.
The 94th scored its first two victories over a relatively inactive sector near Toul, France on April 14, 1918. When the 27th and 147th Aero
dogfights, World War I were crazy battles where you had swooping and flying and swinging and all this kind of stuff going on. A lot of times just in a tight area, kind of like two dogs just rah going at it. So I want to keep the dogfight concept here and not have people fly really far away. And plus, if you get just one or two or three or four people, well, 2 to 4 or 6 people that we had the other night at the party playing this game. If you get, some people can just take off way across the country with the rocket boots. I didn't have them then, do now, but I just found out with, playing with grandkids a little bit that the game just got a little further spread out than I wanted it to, because you really never hardly have to land. Not at all. A couple other things. Warning, spawns practice wither skeletons. And when I mean spawns wither skeletons, boom, it will spawn some batty wither skeletons, some flying on bats to give kind of a feel of the whole game, to shoot them down in aerial, some walking on land, and see, boom, they just will blast. And this one, you hit that button and they're gone. So this kills them, and they're just like gone. And the bats are still here. And you can target practice on a bat, which is a little vicious, and they're very hard to hit. Yeah, you can't hit them with a bow. I've done it, but it's really tough to smack them. Another thing, yes mobs, no mobs. Some people, mobs, they come out at night, and they didn't like that. They just wanted more the player versus player battle. So you flip this switch down, no mobs will appear at night. You flip it up and you will have mobs at night. So for the video, I don't really want mobs right now. I just want to talk about it. This game takes time to learn. If you practice, it is a lot of fun. So basically, of course, you've got the little block that pops you up. and then you go to your rocket, and it just, boom, zooms you everywhere. I mean, you could just take off and fly some all kinds of speeds. And if you get low, back up you go. And the cool thing, as far as the game goes, is you need to get used to shifting from right to left to right to left. And I'm going to just take a little bit of time. We have some younger players here, and we're just going to go over some basic rules of play to make this a whole lot easier. All right, let's try this. I'm kind of holding on to my camera, so it might wiggle a little bit. I'll try not to wiggle it too much, but let's just talk about a little bit of gaming basics. I always play games with my pinky on Q, my ring finger on W, on E it's got the middle finger, and the index and or pointing finger, which is on R. That's just kind of the basics. And when I'm talking about shifting between 3 and 4, you push 3, you push 4. You push 3, you push 4. But your fingers are always here. So right here you open your inventory. This is to move forward. Of course, you've got right and left, backwards, right, left, and then swapping between your shield. Your offhand, main hand is F, and D is you move right, and A is you move left, S is you move back, and W is you move forward, and E open and closes your inventory. But most time for this game, you've got Q, W, E, R, and you're just swapping between 3 and 4, right? So 3 is your bow, 4 is your rocket. 3 is your bow, and 4 is your rocket. So you're flying forward, swapping between 3 and 4. And then over here on the other hand, and on your mouse you always have, one finger on one side, another finger on the other side. This is a left click, this is a right click. And so to right click your bow, you hold down the right click for a while and pull it back all the way. You could watch it kind of pull back and let it go. Hold down the bow and let it go. Or on your rockets, you just give them a tap and they'll blast. So if you've got your 3 selected, like right up here on 3, that would be your bow, that you would just hold your rocket, hold down your bow, and then boom, let it go. Hold down your bow and boom, let it go. Or if you've got 4 selected, that would be your rockets, and you're flying with your elytra, you just give it a tap and away you go. All right, now back to the game. My fingers, pinky on Q, middle finger on W, ring finger on E, and the pointing finger, index finger on R, right? And again, tapping, you can watch it here. 4 you hit, it's firework rockets. 3 you hit, it's the dogfight bow. And you just get anywhere near one of those little glow stones and boom, it'll shoot you 30 blocks into the air, and tap real quick on the bounce right there on the space bar to fly. Boom, you get up, tap, go to 4, hit your rocket, and you are taking off. Hit your bow, and you are just firing and shooting and back to the rockets, and away you go. All right? So try and stay, somewhere in the midst of that square right in the middle. That's kind of signifying center. And as I said, if you get close to the outside edge, drift into it, boom, you get teleported right back here. Okay, this is the same spot that if you push this button, set spawn here, it will set your spawn point to that exact same spot. Now, if you get low on rockets, just boom, run across the, wherever you're blue or wherever you're red, and it'll just kick you back up. If you die, you will be respawned right here. You got a few steps, back up again, hit your rocket, and you are once again fighting. So, for practice, you can practice with Oh, the wither skeletons, or you can make it nighttime and kick the mobs on. They're not quite as vicious. The wither skeletons, they'll give you a run for your money. Some of them are up on the tops of these cliffs. Some of them are on the ground. There's a few of them that are actually flying. So yeah, like I said, this game takes time to learn. If you practice, it is a lot of fun running around with the dogfight bow, battling other people. So those are the big changes as far as Flying Mesa is concerned. Get on it, have fun, learn how to fly, and just, yeah, enjoy the game.